Today we're here at the Pigeon Academy, and we've gotten several requests on making a video about high performance pigeon feed for your regular flying pigeon. Here we fly the Tippler pigeon, and this is a mix that we are using right now. It's a early summer mix. I'm gonna put out some details on the midsummer and late summer mix. You just got to be mindful of certain things when you're building up a nutrition system for your pigeons. You got to consider the weight of the feed. You got to consider the nutritional values within the feed. You got to consider the digestive system of your pigeons, which is critical for good flying birds. You got to consider your hydration, your system. So you got to rehydrate your birds after a good day of flying, and you got to consider helping your birds with their feather quality. So if you got these 5 things covered, weight of feed, nutritional values of feed, digestive tract, hydration, and feather quality, you'll do well with your pigeons. Now we're going to go through a morning mix that we use, and this mix is called Turbo. They sell it at our local pet shop. It's high in safflowers, grapeseed, and hemp. You want to stay light with your morning feed. I can give my birds a nice scoop of this, and they'll eat it, and they'll remain light in the stomach for the rest of the day. If you go heavy and you want your birds to fly, you're not going to get the performance. Now this is heavy in carbohydrates and fats, so I'm considering the weight of the feed and the nutritional values in the feed. So you want to go light in the morning. If you go heavy, you're going to lose the benefits of your birds flying during the day, and you're going to lose out on performance. And this is called Turbo, high in safflower, hemp, and black grapeseed. You want to go light, but you want to have nutrition. So this is what we feed them in the morning. Now what we also do is we use Be Pure in the feed. I recommend that you use this 3 times a week, and we like to mix it in to its own mixer. We'll put in a little bit of Be Pure. Today we put in the Turbo, and we added just a corner of safflower oil. So we mix this up, and this is one of the props that we're using. We mix this up. We got the Be Pure in there. Now the Be Pure is rich in brewer's yeast, which is great for feather quality, vitamins, and the main thing is amino acids, which is going to give your birds strengthen their muscles so they can fly. Again, nutritionary values, you want to consider those things. So now we've mixed this up, and this is going to be for breakfast. And that's how simple it is. You don't want to put a lot of vitamins in your main mix because you don't want the birds to get this every day. You want to give them this 3 times a day. Okay? So now we're going to move into the grit that we feed them. And we use a very expensive grit for our Tipplers, the Giovanni. This is very expensive. This might come $40, $50, all depending where you are. And the minerals in this grit is outstanding. The first time I gave my Tipplers this grit and my homers, they went crazy. I was embarrassed the way they went after this grit. It was like I never fed my birds any grit. It's an outstanding grit with a lot of vitamins and minerals. You got to watch feeding your birds this calcium on when you're doing like a 4-1 or oxy or something like that. So you want to be careful with that. So we're going to shift this around, and we're going to go with the evening mix. So we covered the morning mix. You got to give your birds grit. We give the grit to them pretty much 3 days a week. We don't give it to them every day. Give them a nice bowl, and they'll take care of themselves with the grit. And it'll help your birds from bunking and going into the yard and so forth. Here's the evening mix for our Tipplers. We go with what's called Jerry's. It has popcorn, which is going to be light. Now when you give them this mix, they're not going to fly after this. This is when you're going to lock your birds up for the evening, and you give them this mix. It has popcorn in it, which has great nutritional value. Has safflower. It has patty rice. Okay, so you're gonna get good nutrition. Okay, and you don't want to feed heavy with this. You want to feed moderately because again, the grains are a little heavy, but the birds are gonna need good nutrition to fly during the day. They'll grind this up with the grit during the evening and during the nighttime, and you'll see your birds giving you really good performance. Now, as far as the digestive tract, the Jerry's has in it Primalac pills. It has Primalac pills in it. So we're considering their digestive tract. So they're getting everything. They're getting everything with this mix. You want to you don't want to be doing 1,000 products. You want to be doing combination products. And the Jerry's has the Primalac in it, which is great for the bird's digestive tract. It'll keep them nice and healthy. It's good for their feather quality. And at the end of the day, you'll have nice, healthy birds. Now, what is all of this feeding without hydration? And this is what we give our birds at least 3 times a week. Again, read the directions. Use it with discretion. We try to go Sundays, Tuesdays, and Fridays. The directions say if you give them too much of this, they'll get the shakes. This is like giving an athlete Powerade or Gatorade. You want to hydrate up your birds. You'll see a difference in their flying. You want to cover these areas, which is the nutritional values, the weight of the feed, the digestive tract of your birds, your hydration, and your feather qualities. Without good feather quality, pigeons are not flying good. So you want to cover these 5 areas, and you'll see you'll get high performance out of your pigeons. You want to hydrate up your pigeons, and you want to take good care of them. And another thing that you're going to always need is you're going to need quality pigeons. It's just not about numbers. It's about getting a good family of pigeons. Take the best pigeons out of your group. Breed only from the best. The other ones, do what you got to do with them, but only breed from the best flying birds if you're into flying birds. And this has been our video on summer feeding or early summer feeding from the Pigeon Academy. And this has been Rodney G. Thank you.